all you Gridiron fanatics out there. Glad you could join us for another edition of Gridiron Gab Pro Style. Where we gab about all things pro football, from the scoops of the regular season to the scores in the postseason and the picks of the offseason. Let's start gabbing. Welcome back, all you Gridiron Gabbers. It is time, guys. It is time. We are just a few hours away from the official kickoff to the 2023 NFL season. Well, and we've got some exciting news, and we've got some exciting stories to chit-chat, of course, being that it's the first game of the season. And, of course, you got Mr. CeeLo's Guaranteed Gab. Well, looking here, there's two stories that are really coming out here right now. In here, it's looking as though, once again, tonight's Chiefs are the betting favorites for the Super Bowl. I'm not going there. I don't think the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. I think one of three things will fit, and I will tell you in another show. But I don't see Kansas City winning the Super Bowl. Right now, Chris Jones is a no-show, and they're saying that there was rumors that he might possibly play tonight. But and the thing is, I'm looking at the ESPN Power Index analytics. They're saying that the Chiefs are a 66% chance to win this game. I beg to differ. But let me go through and give you guys my rundown. To me, two of the three keys right here plays in Detroit's favor. And honestly, as good as Patrick Mahomes is, listen, there's one thing people need to start really figure out. And I want you guys to really follow me when I say this real quick, because I think for all of his abilities, people do not realize that Patrick Mahomes will be 28 years old. Now, I'm going to say this, and he's not showing that he's slowing down. But here's the drawback to that. He had a major injury, not necessarily major, but he had his first major injury to his lower extremities. And those things start to wear on you. And then you have to look at the type of receiving core he has. You really have to start looking here. And really, there's only one guy that shows ability to scare defense, and he can't stay healthy, and that's Kadarius Toney. Then you have to go and look without Travis Kelce. What else scares you? I mean, the guy's good, don't get me wrong. He's elite. But you are talking about Kansas City did not make any banging moves in the offseason. Not to mention that you're continuously asking Patrick Mahomes to do these magician-type things. Now, to the story tonight. Number one reason three reasons I think Detroit is going to win this game. One, and honestly, the ESPN thing has been wrong a lot. And show you guys what I love so much about Detroit winning this game tonight. First thing is, I love the offensive line coupled with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I will say this. I thought Detroit made a huge mistake going with David Montgomery and not re-signing Jamal Williams. But that could remain to be seen. I still think they should have stayed with him. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a good running back, but he's going to end up probably being the guy that does the most damage tonight because he can catch the ball out of the backfield. David Montgomery can too, but he's not on Jahmyr Gibbs' proverbial level when it comes to that. Then I worry about Kansas City's ability to cover probably a guy who does not get enough ability for getting open, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown, the third-year man out of USC. And then, of course, you got guys like Marvin Jones Jr. coming back, and Dylan Drummond had a pretty good he had a pretty good preseason. So I would expect him to be getting some snaps, if you will. Josh Reynolds, a 7-year man out of A&M, who's been off and on the Detroit roster for the longest time. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I think Jared Goff has a pretty good night. Somebody in one of the comments on my Facebook page said that they're just going to blitz all night. That's a possibility, but I think that leans more towards Jared Goff's favor, because guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown are so capable of getting open, and then on top of that, Jahmyr Gibbs leaks out of the backfield. Kansas City's not a good defensive team. I don't understand why people are saying that. Chris Jones not being out, and that's my second reason. Chris Jones not being there. They're not going to be able to get a pass rush. And I mean, people are going to sit there and they're going to say, well, they drafted that kid. And they did. They literally drafted a really good player. Yes, Kansas State, Felix Uzama. Felix Nduke Uzama, who can be a good player. But you needed him to go with Chris Jones. And this is the thing. You have to take into consideration what this guy means. He was the only good player you had on that defense. Only good player. Everybody else is just substitute teachers. I'm sorry. Don't call me a jerk. Call me what you want. I don't care. But it is what it is. Kansas City doesn't live and die by its defense. They don't play quality defense. They just do not. They play just enough to win games. And then that's not going to work this year. The AFC is loaded. Okay? It's loaded. And Cincinnati's coming back. They are. But we're staying with tonight. Detroit wins this game because they run the football. Kansas City has not shown they can stop the run. It doesn't matter. But the thing that Kansas City tries to do is they try to get far enough ahead where they utilize your running game because you can't use it. You can't use it. Detroit's not going to go away from that. We saw many times last year. It's a formula that they use. They're going to stick to the run. They're not going away from it. They're not going to deviate from it. But I will say this, that I think the Jamal Williams move is going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them because, to me, Jamal Williams fit this offense. That's why it was not a big deal. To me, it's a big deal when you find a back that fits your system. People say, well, they don't want to do right. You don't want to pay. They want X amount of dollars. If he fits, stick. Now, let's go take a look at the poll, you guys. Like I said, Travis Kelce's not playing. He's questionable. If I was Kansas City, I wouldn't worry about it. But 66% of you guys so far said that you think Kansas City's going to win, and 34% said Detroit. I would have said they're going to win regardless of Travis Kelce played tonight. I think Detroit, Jared Goff has found the perfect spot for him. I was not on Jared Goff's bandwagon when he first got drafted, but I think he's ultimately found a home. The Lions love this guy. This is their guy. But I do think that missing Jamal Williams is going to be huge tonight. I don't think David Montgomery's got the same juice. I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs does either. I just think he was a guy that fit this offense. The Lions should have did everything they could to keep him. But I think ultimately the Lions win this game. I think the Lions win this game in something other like 24-17. And like I said, continue to let these things load up, guys. Go to the Facebook, Gridiron Gab Pro Style. Get it checked out. As we said, Chris Jones is possibly, more than likely, a no-go. Travis Kelce is questionable. If I had information now, I would let you guys know. But let me know what you guys think. Go to the Facebook page. Go to my Instagram at Mr. CeeLo. Also, check out our other programs. I will be doing a Talk Like a Champion soon. to give you guys the heads up on where Notre Dame fares in the top 25, as well as a preview of the matchup against NC State. Also, go to Gridiron Gab Triple Option as I go through the top 25 and tell you the major matchups for the weekend, including talk about Texas and at Alabama in Tuscaloosa. And then also go to Growlin' and Prowlin', where I will be doing a show also about the impending walkout or walk-in of Brian Burns and how Brian Burns will possibly play on Sunday, but still be maintaining his holdout, and how how Nick Bosa's new contract extension affects him and the Carolina Panthers organization. So until the next time, all you gabbers out there, same Gab channel, same Gab platform.